Hello and welcome to Ben's Beer Reviews, where this time we won't be reviewing beer. We will be talking about and reviewing a mead. Specifically, Zombie Killer by Bee Nektar. It is actually a cherry sicer, and I'll explain some differences between different kinds of mead. So mead was at one point the most popular beverage on the planet. It was the first alcoholic beverage. You serve it out of a snifter, usually. I've had this once before, at a mead tasting, at Berman's. I thought it was rather enjoyable, so I decided to buy a bottle of it. And mead is just a wine that's not made out of fruit, but it's made out of grapes. It declined in popularity around the 1500s as a result of several things like gin becoming more popular in Northern Europe, or at least European mead did not become popular. It stayed popular in parts of Ethiopia, where we can buy mead from today. The first mead recipe we have is from China, which includes the inclusion of a bit of rice. And there are a few types of mead. There's just straight mead, or sometimes called sack mead, which is just fermented honey.
Honey plus water, plus yeast, plus time.
It takes a long time. I actually began making mead before beer, but the learning curve is much steeper, like much longer. Beer, you're basically done within a month.
Mead, you're done
Mead,
within like half a year.
6 months for it to be drinkable, and it can sell for up to and over 50 years. Honey does not naturally go bad. But there are a few types besides just straight mead. There's braggot. Most of these names come from like Old English Welsh. Braggot is sometimes called Welsh mead or Welsh beer. It is the inclusion of barley. It's a mixture of beer and mead. I do not like them that well. Then there's metheglin, from which we get the word medicine, which is the inclusion of spices in mead. So if you have, a very popular one is ginger, but you could also have cinnamon, any number of things. And then there are types of what's called mellow meal. Mellow meal are fruit meads. And specifically there's cider, which is a cross between cider and mead. And that's what this is. This is a cross between a cider and a honey wine that has cherries in it. It is 6% alcohol, which is pretty low for mead. Meads can run from about 5% to 21% alcohol. Ciders, I have a very limited experience with, but I think they peak up around 6% usually.
7. I think I've seen one up to 8.
Yeah, but they're much more table.
They're more
drinks.
on the beer end.
This is a pretty awesome label. I'm just going to read it very out loud quickly. Dedicated to the freaks and geeks, what started as a top-secret experiment with Michigan honey, cherries, and apple cider became a viral epidemic. It will not be easy to survive. So grab your weapons. Don't forget this bottle for backup. Serve cold. Zombies hate the cold. Beware. Grrr. There you go. So, the coloring of this, it looks kind of like strawberry lemonade. It's a very kind of pale pink color. I mean, it's not super exciting to look at. It's a bit fruity. Usually when you assume mead, you think it's going to be this super hearty drink. It's really quite delicate, overall. First of all, depictions of Vikings are off by a lot, but depictions of mead are as well. You get this kind of like nice tart note, almost like a
cherry.
Yeah, like a. It reminds me of like a slight funk, like you would get like in a Flemish sour ale. Not massively. You do get a lot of kind of that apple coming in. A bit of the honey. Honey, when it's fermented, it's a very subdued flavor. It's very kind of, in a way, transparent. And I like it if you mix with things. My favorite beer at this point, my favorite mead at this point, had cranberries in it. I thought it was fantastic. But, want to give this a sip?
Sure. This, it smells sort of like the Izzy's soda.
Yeah,
tastes.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah. So. So, like, this nice, like, slightly sharp acidity spreads across the mouth that's very soft.
That doesn't have cranberry in it, does it?
I don't think so. Just cherry. Cherry juice added. Okay, it does have a very cherry juice flavor. Our dad likes drinking cherry juice quite a bit. Yeah, it's not super bold. It's very gentle. It's very soft. Um,
That's really good.
yeah, no, I bought it for a reason.
I assume that you did.
Like fresh apple juice, like a kind of like a sour, but then like red apple skin almost. Like it doesn't. I don't like Red Delicious apples. I think they're bad.
Too mealy.
They're too mealy, but it has the kind of skin of like a Yellow Delicious or Red Delicious apple, but has this like nice green apple flavor. Meads, in terms of flavor, like run a pretty large gamut depending on their yeast. So very dry meads to me like have this kind of almost styrofoam quality, which is very strange to say. They taste dry, but you can get there was once a lot of sugar. Meads are famous for giving very bad hangovers if you drink a lot of it.
Really?
Yes.
You're saying that something made from honey could give you a bad hangover?
Yeah, like worse than champagne hangovers. But yeah. For those of you who don't know, another fact about mead. Mead gave us what's honeymoon. The idea for honeymoon was you would send newlyweds off for a month and let them drink mead, and that would supposedly make their firstborn a male, which is good for primogeniture. I think that's not sexist to say that it would be good for passing down.
To your firstborn son.
Like
if you
real
have a
estate.
Firstborn son.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not super complex, but like it has like the three major component flavors that are very well blended. Meads as a whole are not that cheap. Honey is quite expensive. Sadly, a lot of honey beehives have been collapsing recently. It's kind of like an epidemic.
Speak for yourself. I'm allergic to bees.
European honeybees are not aggressive by any means.
Okay.
They're not wasps.
Wasps can suck a dick.
They're not. If you mix bees together, the reason why killer bees are called Africanized is because it's a blend of African and European bees. You cross the two and they just decide to kill things.
They're assholes.
They're dicks. But most domesticated European bees are very well-behaved creatures. I guess. But
They're really nice when you get to know them.
like washes over your tongue, kind of spreads out towards the back of your throat. Like it does like kind of go like a slight like sugar gloss. Because I mean, it is a lot, but it is very fruity. If you're not like
It has a nice balance of tart though. To mellow the sweetness. Of
no, I like tartar meads. If you've never really had an alcoholic beverage that you like, I would say pick this up.
Yeah, this is like what a wine cooler wants.
This is
to
what
be.
bitch drinks should be. Oh,
So you were concerned about being sexist when mentioning primogeniture, but not.
I mean, I
drink
didn't use the German phrase box opener or anything.
Bottle condition.
I think a lot of meads kind of let things kind of follow a solution. So I think there's just kind of like a must from it at the bottom. But once again, it's very simple, but if you find a bottle of it near you, I heavily advise you get into Mead. It's really picking up. A lot of things on Kickstarter have really kind of brought Meads kind of back after 500 years of being absent in Western culture. And I think it's really cool.
This would be so lovely on like just a hot summer day.
It would be. Like, it's great. I really enjoy this drink a lot.
Yeah.
Get a mead. They're like some meads designed for winter. Viking's Blood by Dense Kmjod has hibiscus and a bit of hops in it, and it's like 21%. It's still, and it has like a cork, so you can just keep it. You can drink it for like the entire year. Get a mead, and you can sell it for as long as you want. Once again, it doesn't go bad. You can sell it for, like, you could buy one now and then like have it for your honeymoon. That would be fine.
Provided you are married.
Provided you ever get married. You don't die by yourself.
Bucket list.
But yeah, no, it's cherry, apple, honey, a tartness. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, no, there's a tartness, which is why I asked if there was like any cranberry.
No, I mean you wouldn't. I'm not surprised. It gives that kind of impression. Once again, this has been Zombie Killer Cherry Sicer. Check it out. It's not that uncommon. You can probably find it. All right.
It's tasty. What would we rate it?
Oh yeah, rating. I'm gonna give this an 87.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna give it an 88.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I tend to gravitate towards bigger drinks, but this is just quaffable, lovely. It's does what it does perfectly.
Oh, I could easily enjoy this at a nice summertime picnic.
It'd be yeah.
Sitting on the porch.
This is if you
I had a
ever
porch to
think
sit
you
on.
should buy hard lemonade. No,
Yeah,
buy this.
yeah.
If you ever think you should have a mixed drink, also no.
I'm not.
I mean,
That
unless you're like, it's like really good cocktails. If you're just trying to like mask alcohol so that you won't taste it, this is a better way to do it. If you're trying to like just drink wine coolers, this is a better way to do it. It really fulfills a niche that like a lot of early young adult drinkers kind of use.
Don't you dare take my Bud Light Cranberries away from me.
If you are thinking of getting a Bud Light Cranberry, one, take a long off of short pure. Or if you manage to survive, if you're a very good swimmer, and you should be, if you can't swim, and you